In these days, I'm busy building a huge zoo for all the Minecraft animals. This is the dolphin aquarium, the pufferfish tank, and look at those trees in the ocelot enclosure. The resin clumps looks like fruits. Resin is probably too bright compared to other blocks, but it has potential. I want to use it more. Well, the downside is that tree bears almost all the resin that I have gathered. And you need 9 clumps for a resin block and 4 for a resin brick. I need a resin farm. I assume you all know about the creaking and how you can punch them to get resin clumps. Each active creaking heart spawns a creaking at night, and they will despawn at dawn like an unpolite one-night stand. The creaking heart can be chopped down with any silk touch tool. An axe is quicker, and you can use it to spawn a creaking wherever you want. Let's move to a creative world to design our resin farm, shall we? I know you all enjoy the creative lab, but today we have to be outdoors. Why? Well, the creaking heart can spawn the creaking in a large area, 16 blocks horizontally in each direction, 8 blocks up and 8 blocks down. The creaking can spawn on buttons, pressure plates, glass, and even redstone components. It can't spawn on carpets, bottom slabs, stairs, chests, hoppers, door paths, leaves. You don't need to build your farm up in the sky. It can be on the surface or in a cave. Just remember that to contain the creaking, you will need to totally fill with blocks or cover with slabs or dirt path every spawnable block in a 33 by 17 area around each creaking heart. But don't worry about the math, we will figure it out. Let's start with a spawning area, let's say 5 by 3, surrounded with blocks and then slabs so the creakings won't escape. Now the killing chamber. 4 blocks on this corner and a slab on top. Each creaking heart should be sandwiched between 2 pale logs, even horizontally, as long as all the blocks have the same orientation. Resin clumps will form only on pale oak logs, so I'm gonna use 2 more logs for each heart. A line of blocks here, we will need it later. And don't forget to spawn-proof the logs with a line of slabs. Repeat this pattern on the other side and... This farm is functional. I added just a bottom slab platform for the player. Let me do some common magic. Wait for it. And here they are. As you can see, the farm works. As I eat them, resin goes on the logs. But we're not done, because the farm can be improved a lot. Let's start by replacing the platform with a gathering system, a chest and a bunch of hoppers. Resin clumps forms all around the logs, but those on the wrong side are waste. So I will surround all of them with blocks, always with slabs on top. There it is. I put carpets on the hoppers because it looks nicer, but you don't need to. There's also another line of slabs, bottom slabs, to prevent the player from falling in the pit with the creakings. Like I said, you can stop here, but come on, we can do better than this. Some pistons on the logs, because the creaking hearts can be moved by a piston. Yeah, I learned it the hard way. This is how it should look now. Surround the pistons with building blocks in a rectangular shape. At the bottom, right in the center, above the player position, then cover everything with redstone. Please don't do it now, but I'm gonna push the button and there, resin is in the chest. But oh no, now all the logs are in the wrong place. So hey, thank you Mima, you just broke my resin farm. Oh come on, we need to build the lower part of the redstone. This is the upper part done. Don't forget to put slabs over the pistons and over the redstone, or creakings will spawn where they're not supposed to. Now, look at that chisel brick. Is the block under the first log on the left. Add an observer facing that block. Then we will need 3 blocks behind it for the redstone and 3 more, like this. At the same level of the second row, surround the farm with building blocks in a U shape. Look carefully, these blocks are not under the logs. Now place 8 pistons inside this U-shaped frame under the 8 logs. 2 pistons, a placeholder, 2 more pistons. The one in the center is under the creaking arts and we don't need it. See? Let's connect the pistons with redstone, like this. Now wait, I'm gonna do this the wrong way, so don't do it, okay? The observer is supposed to detect the movement and push the pistons up, but it won't work. Look. The lower pistons didn't push back the logs. This happened because the upper pistons were still active, so we need to add a delay. Instead of redstone dust, place 4 repeaters in a U shape from the observer to the redstone line, all at max ticks. This is all the delay we need. If we try now, wait for the delay, and everything is fine. That's the final step. Remember to add slabs over the redstone components because they're spawnable blocks for creakings. You don't need an observer on the other side, just connect everything with a line of redstone dust, like this. Let's give it a try. It works as it should, and the resin that doesn't go directly to my inventory is catched by the hoppers. Last piece of advice: if creakings appears in the wrong place, don't panic. Break 1 log beside each art and spawn-proof that point. This is the material list of the creative farm we built so far, but you can build it bigger, different, underground. Find the design that fits you. Just for you to know, this farm can be improved by adding a clock instead of that button over my head, but honestly, I'm okay with it. This is what I'm about to build in my survival world. The tutorial is over, but you will learn how to spawn-proof the farm, and mine is gonna be very nice and functional, with a lab to create the bricks and a shop, so keep watching. Creative Mima out! Do you remember the redstone lab from a previous episode where I craft all my redstone components? I intentionally built an elevator to nowhere, waiting for the right idea. So, this looks like the perfect place for my resin farm. I will need to adapt the project to a cave. Let's get upstairs. Yeah, we will need to dig a long tunnel, getting far from the other farm, so the creakings won't spawn all around here. It will take a while. This is the spawning chamber, where all the creakings will hang out together at night. Just outside, there will be the creaking arts. I say it will be, because for now I'm using honey blocks, of all things, as placeholders. That's because, well, I have only 2 creaking arts in my name right now, and I need resin to craft some more. But first, I need to spawn-proof the area around the farm. There are 3 ways to spawn-proof the farm. The first one is to build the farm, then go around or use FreeCam to see if creakings are elsewhere. Yeah, I don't like it either. The second way is the mathematic one. Find the coordinates of the 4 corner arts, then add y8 to the top ones, y-8 to the lower ones, 16 on the left to the left ones, 16 on the right to the right ones, and 16 front and back. Let me show you the third method, which is simple but uses Limematica or any mod that allows you to select an area. Using a stick, right-click and left-click 2 opposite corners. Remember that the honey block will be replaced by creaking hearts. This is the area that I selected. Now, if I open the Limematica menu, I can find the coordinates. Subtract 8 to the lower, add 8 to the higher. Now find if the X or the Z are the same. In my farm is the X. I can add and subtract 16 to these numbers. For the Z, I need to subtract 16 to the lower number and add 16 to the higher one, like this. Now, if we walk around, these are the borders of the area to spawn-proof. Let me show you with the free cam. The other farms are out of the way, but look, this is an area where Creakings will try to spawn.
If you wanna know how I do it, if you search for a new cool idea, here she is, me my MC, the best place to be, building brick by brick, with a little chic mountain high or never deep, all you villagers and pillagers, she's gonna show the craft, to the secrets of Minecraft, assembling, creating, and waiting for the new update. Don't be a creeper, if you like what you see, raise your hands high and thumbs up for me, my MC.
Okay, everything should be fine. It's finally time to gather the materials and build the farm. Wait a minute, last minute shopping, the pistons! Okay, that's enough. Do you see why I love the redstone lab? Check the previous video if you want to discover its secrets. Okay, the last touch is the clock. Ooh, it's night! Let's run a test with a creaking heart. Remember, it must have the same orientation of the correspondent logs. Hello? Are you hiding somewhere? Oh, I'm so disappointed. Why? Wait! There it is! Where are you? Don't be shy. A little cut? Yes, it's working! Let's put the second and last art I own in place. Now I know you guys like to keep a lady waiting. Don't mind if I continue to eat you. And here's your body. Guys, I need more resin, and then there will be more of you. I have enough clumps. Let's quickly craft a resin block. And then another art. I guess the third Creaking is in no hurry to be tortured. I understand. I'm gonna craft a couple more. And finally, this is the last Creaking art that was missing. Now the farm is fully operational. I found out that if I jump, it counts as if I'm not looking at them, and so they come close. And the first night is over. Let's clean everything. Oops, a glitched piece of resin. This is what we got. Not much, but I used most of the clumps to craft the missing 6 arts, and I didn't spend all night using the farm. It can do better. Right before the farm, I'm building the resin lab, a useful but mostly decorative place where to handle all the resin clumps from the farm. A glass wall marks the area that should be spawn-proof, but outside of that area we can get creative and add a couple of nice features that I'm about to show you. While I was building the lab, I spent more time in the farm. It could be improved, but look, it's overflowing! Now, let's get out of the farm with its lab corridor. Right outside the farm, there's the smelting area that I already put a good use. You need to smelt the clumps to get the bricks. Then the bricks can be crafted like this. And there's also a useful stone cutter to cut on the spot all the resin blocks that I may need. I'm going to try a bunch of them. There it is. The smelting corners are looking much better now. In this corner I put a resin wall and then a chisel block with a creaking face. It looks like a resin creaking trapped in there. Now let's create some fictional stuff on this conveyor belt. First, a big block on that placeholder. The resin blocks are crushed by that piston and turned again into resin clumps. They go into a furnace and got out as resin bricks, of course. The second piston is supposed to compact the bricks, like this, and the belt goes out of the lab, where there's a landing pad. So, an aircraft can get the bricks. We started with an elevator to a black concrete wall. Now follow me to my amazing and so needed resin farm. This is the main area, and you already know everything about the long corridor and what happens in there. Outside the farm, there are 2 smelting stations and also a tiny bedroom in case I need to sleep to stop the farm. Resin bricks will be crafted with this stone cutter. And in this other room, there is the fake farm I showed you before. Finally, I have all the resin that I need and I can get back to my zoo. But the cave is huge and I will surely find something else to add next to this farm soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you find some inspiration. See you soon. Wait! I was about to forget an important detail. I can finally update my block museum to the Garden Awakens drop, or update, or whatever it is. This is the hall with all the building blocks, and I have prepared a spot for the resin bricks with all the variants. Wow, the museum is complete again. I wonder how long it will last.